October is Italian American Heritage Month, and it's a time to recognize the contributions of Italian immigrants.
What you may not know is we have a number of Italian American farmers right here in Louisiana. Joining us now is Suzanne Ferrara, who used to work with me over at KATC, WFB,
right.
and as you can tell by her last name, she has a vested interest in this
Absolutely,
story.
Avery. Thank you so much. You know, this is an amazing story because my grandfather and his father and brothers worked in the fields in Sicily before he came to Louisiana and opened up a market in the French Quarter. And I received vivid stories from them about what it was like down there. I saw the colors, I smelled the produce, I touched it. It was just so real. But most importantly, this series really opened up my world in understanding more about the respect and love that the Italian culture has for agriculture.
The sad part about it, these people work so hard, they outworked everything. They outworked the competition. They outworked them, and that's what they done. They had no choice but to outwork. They had to work, and they would work day and night, and whatever it took, they worked.
They left Sicily because it was a medieval society. It was terrible living, tough living there.
Louisiana's Italian and Sicilian descendants hold close the harsh way of life that their immigrating forefathers endured in the fields of the mother country. Their legacies unequivocally stir profound empathy and infinite gratitude for the oppressive conditions their loved ones withstood in order for the familiar to survive day to day. Their ancestors stand as a testament to the resilience and hard work that defines them.
They accomplished with nothing.
6,000 miles away in the land of their origins, the progenies of those who stayed behind, those who were fused to the unforgiving land more than a century ago, share a candid depiction of the grueling agricultural existence their ancestors endured before their arrival in America.
Questa è la foto del bisnonno con la famiglia.
This is a picture of my great-grandfather with his family and his children. He suffered a lot because he had no animals to work, so he didn't have any help in the countryside, but he did everything with the strength of his arms and with his great will. He went far away to work, and many times he camped and slept on the ground or leaned on some nearby house.
Questa è una tipologia diversa di quella. Questa si chiama grillo.
Fate took the wheel 100 years later. Paradoxically, Giuseppe Ferrara produces grapes and olives, just as his great-grandfather and great-uncles did for the feudatorio, or landowners. Only today he's harvesting them on his own property in Contessa Antolina, something that was inconceivable for his ancestors and thousands of others who fled Sicily. He stands alongside the vast countryside of the Belice Valley, where his great-grandfather and uncles laboriously devoured as far as the eye can see. Saying they covered a lot of ground is a gross understatement, as the patriarch was sought after for his Herculean capabilities and unshakable dedication, a combination that the economically shrewd Gabalotti, the estate managers for the feudatorio, were keenly aware of in the Sicily Mountains during this historic era. The great-grandfather's unusual grand-sized weathered hands and twisted fingers formed from daunting repetitive agricultural toil are a testament of not only the amazing power of the human body, but of the agricultural reputation of the Sicilian people, and more importantly, their relentless willingness to work. Thousands of these rural laborers, also known as the contadini, were victims of a complex, multi-layered hierarchy within a distinctive feudal economic society that thrived for centuries on the backs of these exploited laborers. The vulnerable contadini remained trapped in an inescapable system.
Ma I contadini the farmers benefit only minimally from their labor, and most of the profits coming from their hard work allow the landowners to live in luxury and in opulence in the big cities.
They were desperate, and most of the land was owned by what they call land barons.
It couldn't have been too good because they all left and came to America. They had a hard time just probably finding food to eat.
And the demand for agricultural labor was at an all-time high in Louisiana, a powerful catalyst for hungry immigrants.
Once some of them came over and heard that they were able to make money and send money back home, they said, hey, the hell with this place. You know, they decided to come to America.
And that they did. Thousands of Sicilians as well as Italians boarded steamships and ocean liners to escape agricultural oppression, leaving their homeland and seeking fortuna in America. At least 300,000 Italians, primarily from Sicily, immigrated to Louisiana between 1870 and 1920.
They were resilient. They left a country looking for a better life, looking for prosperity for their kids.
It had to be hard for them to come over here. They really had it, and they had to come over here and make something of themselves. But when they left over there, like I said, I know that they had to have relatives, cousins, uncles, and all.
And then they were recruited by various groups. My great-grandfather financed a lot of immigrants coming into especially Tickfaw.
A key role was played by two brothers from Contessa, the Vaccaro brothers, who were helping them to immigrate to America and also to find them work once here.
At their core was the unwavering determination to achieve the American dream, and while it was something they did, it was far from easy.
Now, they had hard times when they came here. They had people that really didn't treat them very well.
But overall, the majority of Italian and Sicilian immigrants settled in enclaves throughout the state with their own kind from the motherland. This brought great comfort. However, it spelled survival.
They pulled the rope together, a team that works together, prays together, stays together. They work, they pull that rope all in one direction.
Intrinsically linked, many initially worked and lived on sugarcane plantations throughout Louisiana.
We were living on the Myrtle Grove plantation that does not exist today. That's where we first started off in Plaquemine Parish.
If you worked in the sugar plantations, cutting cane, you worked with blacks too. So they growing a garden and sharing it with their neighbor, that was unheard of.
They were looking for them to work, and but they, in the meantime, they were looking for their own place to farm. And when they found it, then the families got together and they would help one another. They saved their money, and from that saving their money, then they start looking in places where they could purchase land. Land in Plaquemine Parish was cheap at one time.
They baffled many with their know-how as they transformed and cultivated marshland that was considered uncultivatable, riddled with debris.
Just as happy as can be to get that little piece of land with nothing but, frogs in it and swamp land.
It makes you proud to know that they came over here and nobody gave them anything. They worked.
They did achieve the American dream because they bought property. From property, they built homes. And from there, they sent their children to school and to college. Pretty amazing. It is amazing.
And there's more to come. We have several parts to this where we're going to learn about the evolution of their farming business and their futures.
Okay, in this first part, Suzanne, what was the aha moment for you when you said, What? I had no idea about this.
Well, you know, it always just resonated with me. I mean, just the love and pride, the way my father described it. But when I actually went down there and spoke to these people who are the same heritage, it just really brought it to life on a whole nother level.
No, I'm looking forward to see what else you bring to us.
Thanks so much, Suzanne.
Thank y'all.
Well, still to come on Twyla, best boy or bad dog? We'll let you decide.